And we're back. Sorry for the shaky. Yeah. Anyways, sorry I've been down a little bit. Like, I mean, not online. Been doing some things, trying to recover, get some sleep, all the great things one does after he comes back from his vacation. Yeah, right now I got stuff in the back I can't get to, and yeah. Oh, there we are. Two people on. Woohoo! Yeah, so yeah, my box that I got made. Uh, thank you, Angie. My box I got made. Hello, Michael. It's not working properly. I mean, we had that problem before. It's heavy. So yeah. Hello, Richard, Rachel. Oh, from the UK. Right on. I'm using my camera right now, so or my phone. Susan, uh, Sandcraft, Mark. Yeah, I'm using my phone, so I'm having a hard time reading stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure if I can set that up properly. Hello, Southern Van Life, Linda. Glad you guys could make it. I hope you're having a great weekend. I guess this is Labor Day or long weekend. To be quite honest, I don't know what half the time what the day is. Angie, yeah, I don't know what the time is or the day or whatever. I mean, I'm really sort of like lost in say vacation. Sherry, hey, uh, yeah, I just wanted to come on to say that I'm here, I'm home, I'm safe, I'm recovering. Southern Van Life, thank you. Yeah, maybe not everybody else realized I was coming on. Oh, I mean, that was a great journey, lots of experience, lots of stuff to build on, lots of stuff I've learned right and wrong. Uh, yep, hello, Craig Betts, Craig, Spoiled Rotten, hello. I might have missed a few here because, like I said, I'm on the phone. But I just wanted to touch base so people didn't think I left the planet or something, or you know, yeah, it is good to be home. I miss traveling though. I love traveling. I've learned that. I love it. So I'm gonna do it again. I plan on going for a short little hop over to New York State in the next little while with my buddy Brant, the guy that lives in Cornwall, BP. Yeah, we're gonna go take a break overnighter probably, which is great. I've done a few modifications uh, on my van, like not much. I just cleaned up and stuff. Oh, it's Luann and this old guy. Yeah, those two people. Plus, there's a few other ones, but those two people I've met in Wisconsin, and they were a hoot. I mean, they really was. They have a hard time making choices. Like, do you want me to go over to your place or not? But yeah, now they want me to come back so I can go to their place. You had your chance. Uh, glad you made it home safely. Loved watching your travels. Well, thanks. I've learned a little bit more about that, like doing stuff, uh, and I'm trying to right now. I mean, I know you guys do. Thank you. Drop in to see Kim someday. She's in New York. Oh, I will. I mean, we've had this conversation before, Craig. I say I'm going to New York State because I'm a spit throw away from it right now, okay? Like it's just across the border. I'm right on the border. And every time I say I'm going to New York, what's next for the bear? Well, we'll figure that out in a minute. That's every time I say I'm going to New York State, she says, come visit me. But she's over 4 hours away from me. I just mean when I go to New York State, it's down below near Rochester and stuff like that. It's not that far, it's right off the reservation on the other side. So, but I will. I told her I will. Sometimes she can get impatient. I would tell Kim, hit that bag again, get out the frustrations. But one day I'll be there. That'll blow your mind. Um, yeah, it's just been a very yeah. I have. Thank you, Tina. I mean, I really have. I'm just so grateful, and I don't know if I'm cutting up or whatever. I'm just so grateful that I was able to do this journey. I am also, hey, Papa, I'm, uh, I'm also amazed at myself. I mean, I've taken time. I mean, for all you people giving me not advice, but always saying, how much I inspire people and stuff. Well, I don't know where it was, but it was before I left USA. I had a moment, one of them moments, the things you go, yeah, one of those moments. I had one of those moments that, thank you, welcome to the group, Catherine. I think that, yeah, sorry, like I said. Anyways, I had one of those moments. I stopped and I said, hell, I just went partially across Canada, took a left at the west coast, and then came down all the way, all the way back into Canada. I did have one of those moments where I went, dang, I made it. Hello, Marco. I second guess myself sometimes, and it was a big endeavor. I'm not saying it's all that, like I'm not, yeah, but it touched me what I did. It also touched me all the support I have for provinces, states. Like, I mean, people came out, people tracked me down. Yeah, people tracked me down, found me. Uh, I went east one day, west the other day, and then I had some. Well, my friend Raven, who sort of like hosted me, she's got land, and she basically said, you want to come over, you come over. Hey, Gypsy Jan, they said you want to come over, come on over. Always got a place. I mean, that's what she did. She said pick a spot, any spot, and I did. Uh, and I ripped off one of my flares. Hey, Meryl, ripped off one of my flares, but I kind of like it, so I think I gotta have to attack the other side, but not the same way I attacked this side, because I hit a root that I didn't see. But it ripped it off nice and cleanly. I only got a back little piece I have to take off. But other than that, yeah, it was great, and I really did had a smile from ear to ear. I was very grateful. I started feeling a little bit more comfortable. I did ask. I did have a hard time. I sat there one day and I went, "Wow." I wasn't upset when I ripped off the flare thing, but I said, "Yeah, you know, life happens on the road, and a lot of stuff happens on the road." Hey, Scrumpy. Yeah, a lot of stuff happens on the road, and yeah, I overcame it. So I'm back here. Place is still a mess. I'll give you a little sneak preview. I put a new toilet in. They didn't like the other one that was working. Yeah, so here it is. I don't know if you can see that. I got my friend Andy to cut me a hole. So toilet's in there. I got to do a video about that. But I hope you've seen all that. Toilet's in there. I last time we talked, I let me see here. Okay, last time we talked, I put in these things to keep my chair in one place while I'm driving long distances. And yeah, sorry, I'm always getting my pee bottle in there, but no. Anyways, and I believe I'm gonna do one little more video about this, about my ice cold, which worked marvelously. Um, yeah, like I said, things are sort of like a little deranged here. I haven't really cleaned up. Well, I did the other day. It was all nice and tidy, and now I opened up the back, and then I try to put stuff away, and I had a yeah. No, that's just because I had a runny nose since I've been back, so that's all that is. I brought some fabric for uh, for my windows and stuff. I got to finish that job. So yeah, as you see from the picture on my thumbnail there, I didn't put anything in there. I just put the pictures up. I got a new hat and I got new hat, couple of license plates uh, from um, from out east, from Cape Breton Island. Sorry, it's hanging right there. Oh no, you can't see it. It's hanging right there. I wore it yesterday, but the way I usually do things is I had to get rid of my other hat, the one with the bear paw in it. I missed that already, but it was starting to rip here and tear, and every time I talked, I had strings hanging in my face. So I decided, well, I killed that hat. I mean, I loved it, but I killed it. So yeah, so yeah, I'm just trying to get my. I'm like a, I'm like a squirrel trying to get my nuts in a row before winter time. Hey, BC Donnie, how are you doing, buddy? I'm doing okay. I'm great. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to visit with you more, but maybe down the road you'll come this way, maybe. Tina from California. Wow, I wanted to go up there, but gas prices were a little high, and I was short on funds, so I had to make a decision. So I did go to the states, but I turned to the left once I hit Oregon. Yeah, I have to think sometimes when I say Oregon because I asked an Organite, I guess. Oh, it was great having dinner with you too, brother. Uh, yeah, somebody from Oregon told me that's how you say it, just like Oregon, not Oregon, Oregon. And I went, okay. Yeah, I just showed that picture. You might have to go back and look. I did put the new toilet hole in there. I haven't used it yet, but I had a little incident the other day, and I didn't have a bucket ready. I tried to use the bucket, I almost tipped it over, so I said, oh. So I had to do the next best thing. I still can't get into my daughter's house, which is okay. Parts of that ramp is going to be on its way soon. Um, and yeah, so I had to go to McDonald's, and then when I got to McDonald's, they 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 fixed the door because it swung both ways. Now it only opens up inside, which is great, but it's very hard because it's a tight, narrow space. And I believe, if I'm correct, I believe they put in them toilets after they were made. They didn't put them in with thought in mind of you need a bigger toilet. So yeah, I tried to back up. I bounced into everything, and it took me a while to close the door. And oh, it was a real fiasco. But I made it. Hey, Insanity, I got your yeah, Insanity. You're on, right? I got your card and stuff. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. Oh yeah, I made it home pretty good. I had no problems going into the border or out of the border. It was very nice and everything else. So yeah, so I had a problem with that, and then I went over to get something to eat. I was going to get a Subway or something, and when I got there, I parked in the handicap. There's nothing supposed to be parked on the other side, so I can get in and out. It's no parking. There's signs there saying no parking. Anyways, I come in, I go in, and I come back, and I try to get into my van, but no, there's somebody parked right beside me. I'm gonna put that up in my next video, but there's somebody parked right beside me. He's from Volkswagen. He's got advertisement all over the place, but I don't think he can read. I don't think that's a reading job. Uh, for both things, you can't see the sign on my window, and he definitely can't see the sign on the ground or the big yellow no parking sign. Nah. So he parked right there, and I'm waiting for him for like I had a nice hot sandwich. I think I was bringing something home for my yeah. I bought my daughter's lunch, and then I got out there. I had to wait for 5 minutes in the hot sun, sitting there going, wow. And then I don't know what to say, so I don't say nothing because I'm pretty sure whatever I say is going to come out wrong. It's going to come out a little bit stronger, and I don't really want to do that. I like to get away from that. Uh, but yeah, so anyways, that's the way that worked out. So it started to get a little frustrating since I've been back, but and I'm getting used to the family just like they're getting used to me. They had the run of the whole show here while I was gone, and I got to respect that because it's their house. But I love it. I'm parked right in the driveway, and I love it. I got electrical if I need it. I got everything I need. I mean, the other great thing about all that stuff was my family has come out every night because I can't get it. Excuse me, I can't get into the house. My family has come out every night, and we all sit down, and yeah, we all sit down and have dinner. We all sit down and have dinner together, which I think is awesome. I mean, really, and and I've had help from my grandsons for making up my little toilet hole there. Uh, and Andy was busy, but he let me stay at his house when I went there. Told him what I needed. Next morning, he got up or he came in and cut that and sent me on my way. We were going to do something else, but he was busy, and uh, well, he was going to be busy that day, so I just said, okay, we're fine. So yeah, I came back. Epsilon Sullivan blocks you. Yeah. Well, I did make a video. I did make a video. I don't know if you guys remember the video I made when I was outside my. He's not my son-in-law yet, but he was outside his garage, and there was a truck there, a Ford or something, and it got all banged up. And I made a video looking like I crushed his truck with my ramp, and said a lot of you thought it was real, but it wasn't. Yeah, the truck was really smashed, and I really put my ramp down a little bit, but I didn't touch his vehicle. That would be against the law. And I made a video. I warned you. I warned you. Yeah, I think I might have to do a video like that again. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it was all cool, all great. I met a couple of people, my old friends. Uh, oh yeah, I met my old friends, and I drove by one day. Hey, Raymond, hope you weather the storms out there. And I went by one day to McDonald's, and I noticed they have a little playground thing in there, and I went, well, that's cool. A place to sit and people can play games. Until I landed there, so I go back the next day, and they're all, a couple of my friends are sitting there. So I get out of the van and I go up the ramp, and I'm looking around. I said, how the heck does one get in here? Because they got little black rubber things to keep all loose gravel and stuff. And this chair and me do not do loose gravel too well. So, uh, thank you. Oh, Gina, glad to see you. I'm sorry, I've watched some of your videos. I'm just glad. I'm glad you're doing okay. Um, I just haven't had time to comment. I haven't watched a lot of videos. I've just been trying to fulfill dreams and stuff of people asking me for stuff. Anyways, so I'm trying to figure out how the heck do you get in here? And my friend says you can get in here over here. And I said, so I went around, and I said, okay, where? And he said, well, you got to go through the rocks. And I said, I cannot go through the rocks. I mean, I usually get stuck. And he said, oh, we'll help you out. And I said, okay. So it's right near the bike rack. So he had to lift up a bike, and I just zoomed it through. I got stuck, started to get stuck, but my weight and the wheelchair's weight, we moved through it. Then I jumped that little black thing that keeps all the rocks inside. Uh, and I said, wow. I said, that is kind of crazy. I mean, I'm glad that people, but it's going to cut off a lot of people, like especially people with handicaps, if they wanna sit underneath the tree or whatever, or sit on a bench and eat outside. So that was a nay for me. That was like, a good effort, but you forgot some people. You forgot people that are, uh, yeah, you forgot people like, well, not just me because I just got back, but people in wheelchairs or scooters or whatever. They cannot go there and get closer to the table. So I don't think I'm not going to say I'm not going to go to McDonald's, but I don't think I'm going to go to that one again. Because if you remember right, oh yeah, yeah, if you remember right, uh, a while back I think I mentioned I was at McDonald's sitting with my friends when things were sort of like semi-normal, and what was it? Oh yeah, and I started to carve. It started to whittle a little bit. I guess the manager or whatever came out later that day and looked around and said, "Who's been whittling?" And one of the guys, I'm not really going to call him a friend, but I known him. He used to be a friend, but um, he says, "I know who's doing that." And he goes, "Well, you tell him for me." He says, "No more doing that. You can't do that." And so the next day, I was told you can't do that anymore. I told the manager. The manager doesn't want you whittling here anymore. And I said, "Oh, okay." But I felt a little bit PO'd. And then yesterday I go back. That same guy, all right, same guy. He wasn't bothering me. I wasn't whittling or nothing, but he's sitting there smoking because he's a smoker, heavy smoker. He's smoking on the bench, right? And then I look around and there's a sign there, big sign, big sign, you know. Please don't smoke. Please don't smoke on the lawn or on the yard here. And I'm like, and I looked at him. I didn't say nothing. I should have, but I just got back, right? So I looked at him, and he's like, oh, he flickers his butts into the drive-through, and he pushes out his ashes, and then I'm sitting there going, wow, you can smoke, you can do what you want to do, and other people is just trying to enjoy outdoors or whatever. But I mean, I understood it. It's just, that kind of stuff. I didn't have that going on while in my van. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that going on. I wasn't bickering. I met a lot of nice people. I mean, I met people like in Wisconsin. I mean, that was greatest. I mean, really, like, and I'm not knocking anybody or any state or any province down. A lot of the people, a lot of the people I've met across the country on Canadian side and the U.S. side, people I already known. But there was like people who came out of the woodwork, and I was like, wow, especially Wisconsin. Only thing I hated about Wisconsin, I think I gained 30 pounds. Because every time we go into a restaurant, and then Raven's the guilty one, he says, let's go here. You got lots of food here. And I went, what? And we went, we get this. And first time we went in there, we got like a family plate, they said. And basically, it's like you got a porcelain plate. They put at least 4 to 8 friggin' pieces of chicken on it. You know, four or 8 pieces of chicken. And the game is when they start seeing the white of the plate and the chicken is all gone, they replace it. And that comes with gravy, fries, some special fries they slice up and do something too. Uh, Cranberry, a piece of bread, butter, and 2 people can eat for about 40 some bucks. 40, like very, like close to 40 or over 40, just a little bit, like 42, something like that, plus tip. And it was just, and I had an appetizer the first time. I said, I don't think I can eat the appetizer. But we got this appetizer. The appetizer was a small meal in itself. And I'm like, oh my Lord. And we went back one more time before I left. Almost. Yeah, before I left. We didn't get the appetizer. I tried to cut down a little bit, but my friend Raven, I think that's a mentality of all Wisconsins. You might go in there hungry, but you ain't leaving that state, man, without a full belly, full freezer, full whatever. Look at that. Here, I have a home at Raven's place. It's got acres. I can go there anytime. I mean, I know my friend Garland and Luann, the older couple I met. That's the guy I called the old guy. Well, he's funny as heck. Anyways, well, she's pretty funny too. Um, it's almost like, no disrespect, it's almost like, hey, Kim. Yeah, she's on. She just texted me, so yeah. It's almost like Archie and Edith Bunker a little bit. I mean, it's not that drastic, but you know what I'm saying? It's just funny. Oh, that's all right, Brian. Oh yeah, she's not. She can't hear me. She's texting me. She says she's with family, which yeah, family's much more important than me. That's for darn sure. Uh, but I just wanted to sort of like break the ice and say I'm back. I'm still a little bit messed up, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm having a hard time juggling everything. Uh, so like I say, I got one more dedicated thing to do for my fridge. So I'm gonna do that in the next day or two. I'm probably late again, like normal. Um, but uh, I've decided. I mean, I talked to Sam, and I just mentioned it to her that I don't think I want to do these reviews or these product things while on the road. They're way too much difficult. Way too much difficult. Uh, yeah, way too much difficult for me. I mean, I've been on the road before, but this was like the first major trip, and this was a big trip, man. I think I my I think when I left here, my speedometer, or my you know, tells you how far I went. I think I was at about 28,000. I'm well over. I'm over 52,000 since I got back. Hey, comma. I was. I always butcher these names, but I know she originally was from Hawaii. Aloha. Woo. No, aloha. That's I love you. Oh, okay, I love you too. Aloha. Hi, Insanity. So yeah, so I just gotta slow it down a little bit, and I gotta sort of like take small bites instead of gigantic bites out of whatever I'm eating here. Uh, because I don't want to disappoint anybody, and I definitely don't want to, at the end of the day, disappoint me. Because I get frustrated when I can't do what I said was going to do. Anyways, I think I corrected that. So somebody else reached out to me today. I answered them. I said I'll do it, but I laid it out how I'm going to do it. Uh, and yeah, but I won't be taking it on the road. That's for sure. I'll be doing it here. Thank you very much. Hey, hello, Wes. I'm sorry I haven't called you since I've been home. I've been super busy trying to find stuff, do stuff, get things fixed. Yeah. So I will call you after for sure. Oh yes, I know I'm all over the place, but oh yes, um, I found somebody. I talked to Lauren, and I found somebody here that can do aluminum. But you know the problem is, okay, I found somebody, but they won't touch it. And the reason they won't touch it because it was a product that somebody originally bought, and the manufacturer probably has a patent on that. I'm not remaking it, but I needed to adjust it because, like from the back of the box to here, or to where the swing arm is, I think it's too long because my box is fairly heavy. It is a big box, there's no doubt, and it has a little bit of a lean on it. The guy says it ain't gonna fall off, but I'm not worried about it fall off because Lauren and his buddy in BC put it together damn well. Like it's a good box. Um, so yeah. So, but he said, "Oh no, I won't touch that. I mean, that's a something happens. That's a manufacturer." I said, "I just want can you weld some stuff on it, or make it so it doesn't? I know it'll bounce. I know that. I'm not worried about it. I just don't want it to rip off and hurt somebody while I'm driving down the road. And I want it to. I also Well, yeah, but Lauren's like 4,000 kilometers, 5,000 kilometers away. Like that's the whole point. He made it in record time. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that when we looked at it, even Lauren said you might have to sort of like attach something here or get somebody to weld it, but they won't weld it because if something happens, they think I'm going to sue their butt. But I asked the guy. I said, okay, just between you and me, you guys out here in the East Coast must have been sued a lot by people. And he says, yeah, they tightened it down so much you can't do nothing. He says, I can't even make a boat trailer. I can't even make a boat hitch or a hitch for your car. It's got to be bought, manufactured, everything else, and blah blah. And he goes, I can't do any of that, or I'll get sued. So it's not his fault. I mean, that's the thing. But yeah, but they're not so tight like up there out west. I mean, they know what they're doing. Like, for example, my friend Badge, nobody wanted to touch my heater. I go to Badge. If nobody knows Badge, he's a grumpy old cuss. Like, "Arr, arr, arr." That's the way he talks. That's his character. But he's got a heart of gold. He really does. And he probably just, well, he talks to other people like that, but he probably talks to me because he knows me. So it's like, what the hell? What's your problem? You drove all this way for me to fix something. What is it? I said, I want to put my gas line in. And he says, okay. He gets underneath, he measures it, he gets on top, like inside my van, he looks, and then he starts cutting. We're going to cut now, he says. I hope I measured it right, he said. And I'm like, oh my God. Hey, from Miami. Hello. And yeah, he said, hope I cut this right. And then he says, what was the problem? Yeah, Badge is a trip. He's a cool guy. Uh, yeah. I, I, I said, He goes, you know what the problem is? I said, yeah. I said, you gotta drill the hole, but they're scared it blow up. He looks at me. He goes, you got a full tank or half a tank or a low tank? I said, it's full. I mean, there's probably a little bit missing because I had to drive here from the 3 blocks away. And he goes, okay, full tank. And they're worried about what? I said, it's worried about that might blow up. He took his drill and he says, what do you mean, like this? And he drilled a hole. He has it on video. He drilled a hole, and he says, oh, okay, that wasn't hard. Don't blow it up anything now. And then he tapped it, changed the line, whatever he did. I don't know because I wasn't in the van. There's not room for two of us. He did whatever he did, put some caulking or something around it so it wouldn't leak or whatever. No smell. Hooked it all up, and he goes, there you go. Done. That wasn't hard. And we're all here. I said, thank you. So, yeah, I definitely know the difference between West Coast people that work around vans and work with camping things. And look, when he goes down to friggin' Quartzsite and helps them out there. And I don't think anything has blown up since he's been there, but you never know. I think it's your mom you're talking about, eh, Angie? I hope everything's gone is going well with her. So yeah, hope everything's going well with her. And I don't know, somebody said hold on tight. Well, yeah, that's all we can do. Um, so yeah, so that hasn't been a problem since I left there. Oh, cool. So yeah, so I mean that was successful, and then yeah, then we just started on our trip. I haven't really talked to him since then, uh, but I hope him and Elle are doing well, and they were again, very hospitable. He complained he didn't make me a wrap. I said, well, if you really cared, you would have made it before he showed up. But yeah, that's probably not happening. So yeah, no, it's all good. So yeah, so I mean, people have helped me, man, more ways than you can think of. People have showed up. There's one gentleman and his wife showed up where I was staying on Vancouver Island at the rest area, and he suggested you can go all the way across because I didn't want to go all the way down because I was worried about finances. You can go all the way across from on Highway Number 2, and it starts. I think it starts in. Uh, I don't know if it starts in Seattle or not, but pretty close. Uh, so I did take that route. I mean, it was a nice ride. It was great, but I found it was boring to the point of, well, I shouldn't say boring. I mean, it was interesting. There wasn't as many rest stops. Uh, Most of the stuff I think you had to phone up and reserve a spot. But if you want to ride like that, and I went through the bottom of the Glacier Park, if you wanted to ride like that or whatever, I mean, it's great to take. But if I don't plan anything. I just get behind the wheel and drive, right? So yeah, if you wanted a regular thing, um, yeah, I would plan first of where you're going and how many hours you're going to drive it and drive from one spot to the next campground. You know what I mean? But it was smooth. It was good. You know, it was all right. I mean, I'm glad I did it because I've never been up that close to Canada before. Um, on the number 2 highway, interstate or highway, I guess. The one I did before, I think it was 82 or 80. They call that the Truckers Highway. That was much more interesting because one, there's a lot of truck stops, a lot of spots to pull over if you need to, um, and you also seen a lot of the stuff like you also Yellowstone National Park and a few other places. Um, Yeah, a few other places like um, the rock with all the presidents on it. Geez, I forget. Yeah, my brain still gives me a little bit of a issue. And then they have a new one. I don't know if it's Geronimo Coach or they have some native one. They're building the same thing like a rock. I don't know if that. Last time I was there, that was not built yet, but they were working on it, so I assume they're working on it. There's Old Faithful and a few other places along the way. And I just found it really interesting. I think we went through the Badlands and read up on the history of that. So yeah, if you want to see stuff along the way, that's the way to go. It starts off in Washington. I think it's 82. Then it turns 84 or 84 or something like. But yeah, it goes all the way down the Columbia River, all the way along, and then it drops down, and then it changes to something else, but it all comes back, just goes all the way across, anyways. And don't forget the tolls. I think I paid two tolls. That's not too bad. Well, thanks for showing up. Lifestyle coaching. Hey, Donna. Woohoo! Are you making it out of the north part of Ontario yet? Is Lauren here? Hello, Lauren. Yeah. Hope everything's well. I thought I'd do this early so I wouldn't bump into you here. Like, I mean, not bump into you. I'm glad that you're here, but I didn't want to. I know you do things at a certain time, my man. Yeah, I just didn't want to cut into your time. I'm leaving Thunder Bay on Friday afternoon. I'll let you know. Okay. I was thinking about you, but I forgot to call you to check in. But anyways, it was a great trip. Um, yeah. Now we're at home. Now we're at home licking our wounds and trying to recoup financially. Yeah. Well, that's what you know. There's a few people that can do this all the time, every day, but most of us can only go a few times. We can only do a little bit here and there, so that's it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I got a lot to do at home here. Fixing up stuff, putting up my ramp again, and yeah, I'm just the more I stay at home, the less I spend money. Then now I can catch up. So yeah. Anyways, I just want to thank everybody again for following me, supporting me, always giving me good advice. For all my friends, if I can remember everybody, for all my friends in Vancouver, for Lauren, Chrome, Amanda, and yeah, I mean those are the main ones. But all the people I met, all the people that uh, came out to see me, I want to thank all of them for really having my back, like they always said. Uh, and yeah, I really appreciate it. Uh, what else? Oh, and all the people I met, like the rest stop, all my friends that came to Vancouver Island. My friend, especially Juliana, my other friend. I was just talking to her, Donna, who we met, and then we separated for a while, and then we met up again, and we hung out until the day she left. Also, also my friend Sandy and her dog uh, Sanos, yeah, yeah, and yeah, that dog. I don't know if I ever told you that story. That day, that time I got hit by that truck, right? I was upset, as we can all imagine, and I was just like, yeah, I was just like figuring out what the hell hit my house, uh, and I was sitting there at the table, and Sano's he's a bully, they call him. Not that he's a bully. I mean, he's a bully. That's the breed. He's not a pit bull, but he looks pretty. Yeah, he looks close. Anyways, he could feel that I was upset. That dog put his paw between my crotch, put his head on my shoulders, and just sat there for a second with his head down. I mean, he can't talk, but and I just went, "Oh, thank you." Like, I mean, I understood what he was doing, so that was cool. So yeah, so um, all that stuff, and then the people I met. I went to visit my friends Skyler and Becky in Oregon. I went to visit them. They, I mean, they were great. Like, I mean, I know they were sort of like family before, but they're really great friends. And they accepted me and welcomed me with open arms, and we had a great time. That was, Skyler was one of the ones on the video with half of his feet gone on both legs. And he took me around a bit and showed me stuff that I haven't seen. Uh, yeah, so I mean, that was that, and if I forget anybody, it's not because I don't think whatever meeting up with you wasn't important. It all was important. And then I met people along the way that and that's the weirdest feeling. I've never felt that before. Like this big country of ours, both sides. I pull into a parking lot or a rest stop, and hey, are you Jeffie Bear? And it's just like, what? I don't know you from no, but I met you all here, which is great. So yeah, so all the people I met, and then Virginia, well, not Virginia, sorry, pardon me. uh, I just had a brain fart. I'm I did. I had a brain fart. Uh, yeah, Wisconsin. I really did. I actually just I, anyways, all the people I met in Wisconsin, all the people I met in Wisconsin, man, are very supportive of. They're impatient when they. I was trying to figure out. People said I want to meet you, and I was thinking right away. I was thinking, oh geez, how can I do that? They're on this side, they're on that side, and blah blah blah. And anyways, they all sort of like. Well, some of them phoned me up and said, "Come see us," and the other one phoned me. The other one phoned me up and said, "We're on our way." That's my friends Luann and her husband. Oh, we're on our way. And I went, oh, okay. So I met with them. Uh, and that's why I said it took 4 days because things kept on popping up. It took 4 days to go to that bike shop. And yeah, and I went, when we finally got there, there was a subscriber who heard that I was going there. He was at the front door waiting for me. And I was like, wow. Uh, when I do my video, I'll put up the names if I remember them. Uh, yeah, I'll put up the name, and he was waiting for me, and and we talked for a little bit, and then he had to go because he has a job, and it was fantastic, and then I had a reality check. There was another couple. Right now I forget their names, but I have their names. Real Somebody else called me up and said, would you come down here to visit us? And I found out that he himself is in a wheelchair. At first, I'm just being honest here, okay? I'm glad I went. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I remember you. Uh, you know, he mentioned that he was in a wheelchair and stuff, and I decided I didn't want to go. So, like I said, oh yeah, like I was trying to say, I'm going to be honest because I really didn't feel like driving all over the place. But I put myself in his shoes or whatever, and I thought, Jeff, you got to make an effort to do that. I mean, people have taken time, followed you, blah blah, the whole 9 yards. And how would I feel if somebody didn't, somebody in my position wouldn't come and visit me? And so I said, okay. So I said, yeah. So I went the next day, and it was a great choice that I made. Again, you want to eat stuff like that. It's like it was funny. It's just I'm not picking on anybody. It's just that it's funny, and I find it funny. And we had a great time. I think we spoke for like 4 to 5, maybe more. She's probably watching, so she'll correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, like, I stayed there all day. It was fun. We had a great time, just talking and chilling out, talking about our challenges and stuff like that. And they plan on getting a van. I think they just have to wait for now, but they already bought a van and they're gonna fix it up and do a little bit of traveling, or a lot of traveling, but not for a long time. You know what I mean? So yeah, because he's got special needs. He's got different needs than I do, and that's the beauty of it. But as long as you start somewhere, I mean, we can adapt to whatever, and so yeah, so it was great that I went. I was really happy that I sort of like I didn't force myself, but I was really happy I made that choice to go see somebody. So yeah, so overall, man, I mean, I just had a great time. Like I really did. I found out a little bit about the news of the place and about some of the stuff. And remember, my friend Raven did a little commentary about that lake there, where in the winter time the ice went, oxes died, and I think 8 people or something like that got stuck in the mud at the bottom. I mean, I loved hearing that. She did another one, and she showed me the layout of that town that she's at, and I didn't put on my recorder and record her. 'Cause that was a great story too. You know, train tracks running through that little town, post office, police, like all that stuff. It was great. It was a different place, and yeah, and she's been there all that time. I think her grandparents lived there and parents lived there. So yeah, she's been in that area a long time. So yeah, that was great. I love stories like that. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going on and on about that stuff, but that was my trip in a nutshell. There's lot of stuff I don't remember happening, but they happened because it happened at the beginning, right? I've been gone for a while. I think I've been gone for 4 months or something. So, anyways, I just wanted to come on a little bit longer than I thought it would be. Well, not bad. I wanted to come on and oh, you'd have to bring that up, eh? No, I didn't, insanity, not yet, but I'm working on it. I am working on it. I'm, I got stuff. I got to put up stuff. That's the way that disappears. And yeah, I was supposed to do that with Andy. We were going to remove that box, so I'm gonna have to do it. But weather's been pretty good here. Today was a little hot, sunny in the morning. However, it looks like it's going to rain. So it's been raining on and off past couple of days. So I'm gonna wait for. I don't really want to work in the heat, but I'm gonna wait for a hot day or a day where the sun's out. And so yeah, so we're gonna figure that out. And I will let you know, Insanity, if I find my lost articles. They gotta be here somewhere. Or my daughter put them away and she didn't realize she did, and she said, no, they're not in the house. So that also could be a possibility. But I can't go into the house to look. So we're going to keep that at that. Anyways, It's been a pleasure, and I'm doing my best to get back on the roll. Maybe a little bit better than I did the last time. Um, because I know I got to put stuff out, and if people have called me up and want me to do some stuff, I will I will do it, but I won't do it while I'm traveling. I'm just not ready for that yet, and I don't want to disappoint them or anybody else. So I just want to do it. I can do it here from my driveway, or if I go on a short little trip into New York State, I can do that. But other than that, that's it. Okay, on that note, I love you all. Thank you very much for following me. Uh, Thank you for that. Oh, I'm just a guy trying to be a guy. Keep on playing that. I'm just a guy trying to be a guy. Just try to do my thing, man. Live my life. And I find that important. Just living one's life. Little or a lot. Doesn't matter. Just keep on trying to live your life and be as happy as you can be. Deal with your crap. We all got crap. We got to deal with that. But once you deal with that, yeah. And is it scary? Yes. Is it hard? Can be. Is it impossible? No. More effort you put in, the more possibilities arise. I mean, that's the whole thing. And every time I talk like this, I feel like I'm lecturing. I'm not. I just feel people don't do stuff because of the uncertain or because they don't really know all the facts. Yeah, it's going to be hard. It's not easy. I mean, I was scared poopless driving across the country with no legs. I got all the gear, but you heard the horror stories before. The gear came up in my hand. Can you imagine that? So there is some certainty. There's times I took a pee break and I said to myself, "What the hell are you doing? You know, you sure you didn't bite off more than you can chew?" And that's the point. No, I didn't bite off more than I could chew, but I was nervous at times, and I was afraid at times. But being fearful, that ain't gonna do you nothing. You gotta stand up and do what you gotta do. And if if I could only count to two, 1, 2, and then one day I keep on trying to make it to three, that's a miracle. Now I can count 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's the thing. That's the same thing, same effort you got to put in life. I can't roll down the road, or I can't walk down the road more than half a block, but a full block, and then you're running circles or rolling circles around the block you live at. That's the miracle. You have not quit. So, on that note, support and kindness, and I will see you soon. Okay, ciao for now.